Okay, YouTube, this is Chad Hightower from Campbell, South Carolina, and today we're moving right along with M38 Go Devil engine. This will be kind of a boring video, but I just kind of want to show you how this takes place and bring everybody up to speed on what's happening. So we've finished all the machining processes that we can finish on this engine, so the next step will be final assembly. But before final assembly takes place, the block has to be cleaned because it's full of swarf or grinding material, metal material. All that will need to be removed from the block, and then it'll go into a chemical treatment to remove all the rust, so that we're left with a shiny new block that looks good and doesn't have any rust or flaky material on it. Because we don't want the swarf to be in the engine. We want it to be completely clean, so that when the oil pumps that oil around, it's pumping nice clean oil around the bearings, and we get a lot of longevity from this build. So I'll just take shots along the way so you can kind of see, what the engine's going through, and we'll do some before and after shots of, what kind of material we collected out of the block, just so you can see how much material is floating around in the block after a machining process. And then we'll move out and chemical treat. So this video will take me 2 days to complete because of the amount of time that it takes to wash and treat the block. So stand by. I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll give you some shots along the way. Okay, so I keep a set of magnets down in the bottom of this wash vat, so I can collect all of the swarf and it doesn't get recycled as the wash process starts. But this was cleaned. I pulled the magnet out, and this was cleaned before that engine went in for the for the wash process. So I'm gonna get a scrape blade, and I'm just going to show you how much swarf was inside that block. So stand by. Okay, so here's the magnet, and you can see there's quite a bit of material on there, so let me see if I can get some of this off. Alright, so you can see the amount of rust and dirt and metal. Most of that's metal, but that's why it's so important to clean an engine after the machining process. And I'm still not through cleaning. I'll drop it in the derust vat for 10 or 12 hours. And then I'll clean a little bit more and inspect, and I'll keep cleaning until it gets as clean as I want it. But you can see that amount of material there that you just can't get that out with a pressure washer. You just, you have to get the material hot so that it releases the oil, and it also releases all of the little cast iron fragments. So, okay, we'll stand by, and we'll do some before and after shots of the wash vat and the derust tank. So, stand by. Okay, YouTube, so we have got our engine out of the rust tank, and as you can see, it turned out pretty good. I did find a few more inspector stamps on the block that I plan on recording in the cut sheets for this engine. But I just want to take a good look here and see how well this cleaned up, and so far it's proven to be a diamond in the rough. So we've got some of the rough knocked off of her, and she's starting to look like an engine now. But I'm just gonna kind of move the camera here and just get a couple shots so you can see, how well it cleaned up. So there's the inside of the case. And there's the data plate side. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased, and that's kind of what this video is all about. Nothing special about it, but we were able to get everything cleaned up and inspected the engine a little bit closer while it was in the hot vat, because when it gets in the hot vat, if there's any cracks in the block, that's usually when they show up. So I didn't see any of that. We've got the freeze plugs knocked out. We've got all of the crud out of the cooling chambers, and everything. I'm pleased with everything as of right now. So we're just gonna take a quick glance and kind of show you what's coming up in the next video. We're going to start the final assembly, and but I'm just going to kind of show everything on the table. Some of it we've already been through, but I'm just going to get a quick shot of that so everybody can kind of see why I named this video the name that I named. Here's a quick shot of all the internals, or most of the internals. I've still got some parts that are being cleaned up in the rust vat. And I've decided to name this video Plivot, M38 Plivot Part 1. And for those of you who are in the military and you're watching these videos, you know what a Plivot is. But for those of you who don't know what a Plivot is, it is a military acronym that stands for 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound sack. So we got to figure out how to get all of that into that. So we'll be doing that in the next couple of videos. And the first ones that go kind of slow because we got to do a lot of measuring to make sure everything fits the way it's supposed to fit, or fits the way I want it to fit, to make this engine run the way it's supposed to run. So as far as I'm concerned, if we don't have any major hiccups, we are this is the beginning of the end. I'd say eventually she's gonna give it up, and we're gonna pursue this build with vigor and try to get this thing in a condition to where it's runnable. So stand by for the next videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hey, shoot me an email at chadlhightower@gmail.com, or send me a question through the link. Give me a thumbs up. So thank you very much for watching.